Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday afternoon. Monday afternoon. Spurs doing transfer business. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Mathys Tel on his way to Tottenham. Here we go, confirmed. Let's talk about this deal because I think a few people are slightly confused as to how this has turned around from only a couple of days ago where the deal was dead. So I want to talk about the deal. I want to talk about a few things and a few thoughts, and maybe, you can tell me a few things and give me a few of your thoughts, and we'll try and work out where we are in between that. Just want to say, if you're watching this news, subscribe because it's good news, and I'm allowed to say it when it's good news. So, Mathys Tel, what a bummer this was. It's come out of nowhere. It's very, very surprising. It only came out all of 17 minutes ago that Mathys Tel and that news. And first, before I just tell you everything and all the information, it is a surprise. Okay. I'm not going to hide away from it being a surprise. It definitely is a surprise. And it's a deal where none of us saw it was coming. All right. I had deleted off of my editing systems all the stuff about, my Mathys Tel thumbnails and all that stuff. And I had to recreate them. All right. But all I said was earlier, we signed someone, we have a summer fruit squash. And yes, we do. We have a summer fruit squash lined up. And the other thing, just really quickly, the bottle is open. So there you go. But anyway, let's jump in. Let's talk about the news and let's get through it. Florian Plettenberg was the first one to announce it. He said exclusive, Mathys Tel is on his way to Tottenham. He wants to join Tottenham now. Now, Fabrizio added to this. He said that Mathys Tel to Tottenham on loan. Here we go. It's a straight loan with no buy option clause. Agreement reached between clubs as Bayern have accepted the player's decision, and player is on his way with his agent. And then the next upload is a picture with him and his agent on the flight already on the way to London. And even Romano said it. It's a big surprise. It very much is a big surprise that Mathys Tel is actually joining Tottenham. Look, I'm going to be honest, he's probably not that far away from doing his medical and things like that. And, when it comes to this deal, I mean, get your thoughts into the comments and what have you. And also, drop a like for Mathys Tel. Yeah, it's just for him, not for me. All right. But no, look, there's a few schools of thought to this deal. Okay. Number one, we wanted to purchase him, right? I think it was about 60 million euros, give or take. And we wanted to buy him, right? And he wanted Man United. And I don't really think it was he wanted Man United because that's the move for him. And he was more, I saw reports that he was going to be guaranteed more game time. And I don't for a second think he's going to be guaranteed more game time. Not at all. But, there was that chatter and, we chat about Arsenal and things like that. And Spurs have come back in and gone, right, let's stop mucking around. Get yourself that private jet. You're coming to us. And Mathys Tel's gone, oh, okay. But what I think about this deal is there's a few schools of thought. Number one, for the pessimists, Man United couldn't get a deal done with Bayern Munich, right? That's number one. Number two, Spurs changed their offer. Let's be real. This guy wants to stay at Bayern Munich. He likes Bayern Munich. He wants to stay there. And I don't begrudge him that whatsoever. No one should. But Spurs changing their offer from, we're going to buy you, to, we're going to just loan you. And he's gone, that's what I wanted in the first place. Because not for a second do I think he wanted Manchester United over Spurs. I don't. Not at all. They are going through a toxic time. They are an interesting place right now. They've just removed one of their best players they've had in sort of 10 years. There's a lot of things going on with that club at the moment, and for a club that gave us, oh, look at this L, hold this L, why would he choose Spurs over Man United? I mean, well, look, as much as I don't like Daniel Levy and Johan Lang, I mean, they got a deal done and your owners didn't. Look at your owners and go, actually, maybe they're not very good. I mean, for hold that L, who we knocked you out of the EFL Cup anyway, You're only 2 points ahead of us. So, okay. All right, buds. Nice one. But I don't think for a second he would have chosen them over us. I've always been quite fair on that point. I said to him, like, enjoy riding the bench because I think he would have played on the bench a lot more because Diallo is their best player. Are you really going to bench a guy costing 75 million in Rasmus Højlund? He's probably been told, hey, you need to get something out of Rasmus. So I didn't think that for a second. When it comes to Arsenal got like a billion wingers. He's not going to play at Arsenal. Spurs, you're like, mate, we've got injuries. We're playing in 4 competitions. We're playing in more competitions than both of those 2 teams. You're going to get some game time here. And I think he wanted to come to Spurs, but he didn't want the permanent move. Now, it's not to say we wouldn't sign him in summer permanently. Not at all. Bayern Munich still owe us loads of money off Harry Kane. They're probably looking at it going, oh, if we could just give you this guy, we'll pretty much be scot-free away from the Harry Kane money, which is what they want. Bayern have spent big recently. They probably want to get a few of their fees down, and this is one way to do it. But the other, that's my school of thought. He didn't want the permanent move, but he wanted the move. He wants to play football. He's going to get to play football here. Now, he's coming to do his medical today, obviously. I wouldn't be shocked to see him holding a Spurs shirt later on this afternoon, 6, 7 o'clock. It might be tomorrow lunchtime, but I wouldn't be shocked to see him today in that Spurs shirt holding it up, There's a lot less paperwork when it comes to these sort of loan deals because it's quicker. Obviously, when it comes to, these sort of deals, there'll probably be a work permit in sort of that question mark area. So will he be registered in time to play against Liverpool? We'll have to wait and see. I think it might be a bit touch and go, but I think he could probably do it. I think they could probably do it. If not, he's ready to go for Villa at the weekend. He is 100% ready to go for Villa at the weekend in that regard, okay? So let's do a poll because I've missed so many of your comments and I do apologise. Tel, happy or not? Just put or not. There you go. But cheers. I said I'd have a summer fruit squash if we signed someone. Here's a summer fruit squash. We're signing someone. We will be talking as well. What is next for Spurs? As I kick my ring light, we will be talking what is next for Spurs coming up. We have more information about the Tel deal. Spurs will cover the full salary of Mathys Tel until June. No buyback clause included. Tel will be back to Bayern in June. Yeah, we kind of knew that. Yeah, weird that, but how are we feeling? Sorry, missed some comments. By the way, afternoon to all of you. I know I haven't said afternoon, so good afternoon to all of you. I hope you're all okay. And the Tel puns are here. Good to see. Well, cast Simon made tomorrow. Defender, how do you personally feel about it? I like Tel. I think Tel has a very bright future. I think he could be a very, very good player. We need him. We do. We need an attacker, to be fair. It doesn't matter if the attacker played left wing, right wing, or striker. We needed an attacker. The irony is this guy can play all 3 positions if necessary. Hence why he has a lot of value compared to like a Dibbling or a Bailey. He can play across the front 3, which those guys probably can't as well as he can. So, you know what I mean? So probably that. But let's sort of see. Tel could be hype, but we need something new. Tel or Bailey, Andy. I mean, I don't really think there's a lot in it. The irony is, look at this from the Spurs' point of view. You sign this guy for a 6-month loan deal, right? What do Spurs do in the summer? Yeah, you still might sell. You might sign this guy in the summer. You never know how things can go. But what do Spurs do in the summer? Because you're going to then need to replace him. If he goes back to Bayern and he stays at Bayern, you're going to need to replace him. What do Spurs do then? That's a curiosity that I have, Even though it's a loan deal, if he does well, can we sign permanently in the summer? Well, that'll be down to him and Bayern. So he covers the versatile striker that we need. Versatile. Yeah, he does cover the versatile striker. Will Tel play on Thursday? Nicky, I'd say it's close. There'll be a work permit that needs to be dealt with. Hence why I think Spurs are going to really rush through his medical today. so they can get that sent off ASAP. Obviously, Danso has to do his work permit, but obviously signed on Saturday. He signed on Saturday, didn't he? So I think his permit latest should be done tomorrow, if not Wednesday. So Danso should be ready to rock and roll Thursday evening against Liverpool. So Tel might be a bit touch and go, but I'm gonna say we'll have him for Thursday just to be positive. It might not happen, but it'll be touch and go. Should we go for Bailey as well? We won't be going for Bailey as well. It was just going to be an attacker. Yep. David Ornstein saying he's travelling to London, switch from Bayern to Spurs. Agreements reached with 19-year-old Bayern forward to join Tottenham on loan, structure to still be ironed out before move done. Chelsea have submitted AC Milan submitted a official bid for Felix. Interesting. Danso is homegrown, yeah, but he still needs to do a work permit. I prefer to beat Liverpool with the bloody stump ribbed of their goalkeeper, but I hate them more than you understand. Getting confused with our chance of business. Why is it so complicated? We're Spurs. It's what we do. What about another centre back? I'm coming to what's next. About flipping time. What a great signing. Left back, or is that Reguilon? Ange next stop, New York to work on the deal to sell Werner. We're getting Ivan Toney in the summer. No, we're not getting Ivan Toney. He is Saudi and Saudi only. Tell to stop joking us around. Is he in? Jesus. No money spent yet. Just go pick up tomorrow. Look, we're going to be talking about what's coming up next in a second. Poll-wise, we're happy. We're happy. I mean, if you want, guys, this is going to be a little bit of music to your ears, and you're going to find it very, very funny. Mark Goldbridge, the Man United fan, tweeted out saying, United missing out on a straight loan deal for Tel to Spurs when Tel had chosen United. Only United can mess up a deal to save a few quid. Imagine Spurs win the Europa now. Amorim may as well go back to Sporting with the prats like this in charge. Mate, hold that. Hold that L. Again, like I said with Tel, I think he still wanted to come to Spurs. I mean, there's chat around from the Germany side of things that Ange had a long conversation with Mathys Tel to present his ideas and how he's going to use him. Tel changed his mind after the conversation and decided to join Spurs. Ange Paul is a serious thing. I need you to understand Ange Paul is a serious thing. Okay. I said I'd run through a brick wall for that man. And I think he could tempt me into running through like 10 more after that. I might be dead, but I'll be tempted to go because he has somehow, in such a great way, in getting through into your psychology and getting through into your way of thinking and getting through to your soul. That's how I feel like he does it, you know? So, look, really great news on that side of things. We're going to come to what's coming up next in just a second. I'm just waiting for any more information to come out before I move on. But Ange Paul is a serious thing. He's already ticked one box, broke Manchester hearts. Love it. I can tell from the poll people are happy. Terrible, Luke. How are you, mate? This guy is more of a 9, isn't he? Loan with an option to buy. It will help us out this season for sure. He could play across the front three. Tottenham logic, mate. I'm certain Gomez and David from Lille in the summer. I said 4 players. It looks like it's going to be 3. Let's hold up. Neville, welcome to the membership club, my friends. Welcome. You absolute legends. Appreciate that very much, Neville. Welcome. Ange's voice is serious. Ange Ball is a phenomenon. They have not decided whether permanent or loan. It'll be a loan. I bet Ange on the phone. Ange call is serious, mate. Maybe Amorim was too stubborn and naive. No, I think Amorim wanted him, and I think Man United were too tight. Maybe Ange should be our chairman. Ange the man. Bazza, how are you, my friend? Right side, cool in the midfield. That could be a play there, Hansi. That could be a play. So look, it's a weird old world being a Spurs fan. It's a weird old world, okay? It never makes any sense, and it's never going to make any sense. But you have to kind of just keep on keeping on. Now, the key thing to this is this shouldn't have come as late as it has. Just remember that. The window, as much as on the paper it looks great, this thing should have happened 2 or 3 weeks ago. We'd probably be a few more points better off in the league, and we'd be above those Manchester United joke lot. Anyway, MS, thank you for the super chat, my friends. Great channel. Well done, Andy. Thank you, my friend. Absolute legends. Saw the news going into lecture and thought it was going to miss the stream, but it finished early. Love to see it, Bazza. It's important. You probably should have just told the lecturer, oi, Tel signing Spurs. Pause it for 15, all right? The Ange call about Ange Ball. Ange can get me back with my ex. What does he want to go to Man United for? He's coming to the best club in the world, the mighty Spurs, Chris says. Everyone laughed at us and getting rejected. 2 weird deals, 1 Hunjack, 1 U-turn last minute. Transfer window should shrink to 3 days only. Spurs would cook in those 3 days. Yeah, I mean, he's rejected us. He's turned it around. Tomori's up next. Well, Ange's on the call going, are you going to do it again? I don't need to do the second call, but come on. It makes sense when we hold a trophy aloft to be ready for it, Timothy. I will be there. Look, I want to talk about the situation at Spurs because Dan Kilpatrick a couple of hours ago put out that Spurs remained in the market for a forward before the transfer deadline, but they have called their interest in Tyler Dibbling. Spurs had held talks over Tyler Dibbling, but were put off by the demand from Southampton for a fee in excess of the reported £55 million. Look, they're going to want... They probably wanted £60 million and above, and I'm glad we walked away from that deal, to be honest. Even Tel was going to be less than that. Tel was going to be about 50. So Dibbling costing 60, 65, maybe even up to £70 million. I love the effort from Southampton, and of course they'd want to cash in, but that kind of money is brazy. Tel rejected the Arsenal, absolutely. Does it mean you can't tell Levy no? You can still tell Levy no. You can still tell him no, because Levy went back to Ange like, so he said no to me, and Ange went, give me the phone. Get out of the way. Go on. You go get me a coffee. Go on, off you go. And do you know what? I want a pound of chocolate to go with that. Go on. Picks up the phone and goes, Mathys, what are we doing, mate? What are we doing? Mathys is like, well, he's like, Mathys, what are we doing? He's like, look, Ange. He's like, right, no, I'm not having this. I'll see you tomorrow. He's like, all right, I'm coming. Things you love to see. Is Goldbridge ranting on a live? Things we love to see as well. I know we're happy, but this was never a good deal, and he's embarrassed us now, and now himself rejected calling back to us. But Liverpool are praying transfer window closes now. Ange should be our football director. We'll try before we buy. Love it. Ange the best recruiter. No obligation to buy those straight loan. Yeah, Kyrie, how are you, mate? Look, like I said, I still have the idea that this could have been a situation where he wanted to go on loan. Spurs wanted to buy, Man United wanted to loan him, hence why he picked Man United. He wants to go back to Bayern, and I don't begrudge him with that. Like I said, I do not begrudge him, and I do not slaughter him for that. When Spurs changed their tune and went, okay, how about a loan deal then? He went, thank you. I want to come to you, and that's what I want. So he went to Man United. Don't care. Suck it. So yeah, like I said, it doesn't mean he wouldn't want to be here permanently after this year. Remember that. Even though it's a straight loan, does not mean he wouldn't want to be here after this season. Because if he comes out of this season, he has a pretty decent season. He feels the love from the club, the love from the fans, love from Ange, and league-wise, right now, what? We're 13th, 14th? 14th. Let's say we finished 8th, okay? Just humour me. We finished 8th, you win the Europa League. And he's going, well, that's Champions League football. I don't hate that idea. And maybe that, things can turn around. Ange aggression is real as Ange Ball. Does it mean we won't try and sign any more players? I'm coming to it now, Devanch. Donna Cullen is PR, mate. Plus, Kane might have been in his ear. You didn't say, mate. Ange has just gone, mate. And Mathys has gone, deal. So it's saying we all want Ange Fabricacci recruitment team. That is a combo. It's the best situation. Leaves if he doesn't care or falls on with the club. Yeah, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If he does well and Spurs go, oh, we wouldn't mind you staying, and he goes for 6 months and go, actually, I've really enjoyed being here. I'm playing loads of football, lovely stadium, London's a good city. He's probably going, actually, do you know what? I might kick about. Now, if he does really well, maybe the price goes up a bit. But we'll see. We'll see. And Ange is having a squash, and I'm having a squash with him. Look, moving on to what is next. Obviously, Leon Bailey won't be happening. Noah Okafor is joining Napoli. So, unfortunately, Spurs have missed out there. But now the key thing is what happens now. This isn't a situation where Spurs are... You shouldn't be setting up shop. You shouldn't be shutting up shop and moving on, right? They said Sorry, they said they want an attacker and a defender today, right? So attacker's done. It's a loan move, so attacker's done. So if they wanted to go and spend 40, 50 million on a player in defense, they should go out there and spend that money because the money's there. You're signing this fella on a loan, right? Let's say it's just 10, let's say it's 10 million. All in all, it's 10 million. You sign Kinski for 12 and a half. This fella's 10 million. Danso is a loaned obligation, so you're probably paying maybe a couple of million now. You're paying the rest from the summer onwards. In reality, you've still only spent about 25 million. Okay. So they should still be going out there and spending some money on a defender. And I still think, regardless of whatever you think the future leads to when it comes to our defense, they should still go out there and spend money on a defender this window. There is no room that they shouldn't, right? We need damn left back. Big up, Andy. Can anyone tell me how Tel will suit his Prey plays on the right wing? He plays across the front three, mate. Azza, how are you? Jazz, if we in Europa, that might happen. We probably can't get a centre back that would be really good on loan. Ange won't take that. We never stop, mate. We never stop. We never stop. I love that video. How will this affect Moore's game time, especially when Slanky and Johnson come back? We're playing 4 competitions, mate. So Moore is still going to get time, but also Moore's was out for what? 2 months, nearly 10 weeks with an illness. He's still not right. He's still not 100%. You know, he's played a lot of football over this last week. We could probably do with him easing back in, you know, building up to things. So he's still going to get time. He's 17, you know, he's still going to get time. Don't think we get Guay. He ended up coming straight loan. Yeah, we should buy Itakura, Hato / Hanko, please. Suit us and his play style, inverted or touchline. Does he cross or pass? Look, mate, he's an explosive attacker. He can beat a man. He's a solid finisher, to be fair. I saw some of his goals when he played as a striker. Solid finisher. He plays left, cuts in, goes on the outside on the right. He's a right footer mostly. Still don't know what I think of this dude. Sounds like he's doing us a favour. He's not going to be doing us a favour, mate. Not at all. Not at all. But look, if they're still looking for a defender, time will tell what they do. Yeah, I keep seeing French reports saying that the offer to buy him permanently is still a possibility. No, it'll be a loan. He wants a loan. We won't be signing him permanently. If we do, happy to be proven wrong, but I doubt that will be. And if I'm honest, a part of me kind of goes, yeah, I actually don't mind the loan deal as long as they spend big in defense. Now, if they're not going to spend big in defense, then yes, sign it. And he wants to be signed permanently, sign him permanently and get a defender in. But the money is there to spend. If they're not going to spend, if he's just a loan, right? The money's there to spend on a defender now. Tel for real. Nice. Yeah, I'm hearing that as a possibility. Yeah, a doggy are only true decent left back. We need another probably summer now. Well, look, they're still looking at defenders. They are still looking at defenders. They'll probably be looking at more so a centre back with the viewing of Davies can play left back. You also have Spencer can play left back. Gray can play left back. Mickey van der Ven can feature in a left back. And I think they'll probably look at left back in the summer because when Reguilon goes, they'll replace him. Aside from that, yeah, I think they'll probably try and get by what they have at the club. I mean, Davies is a left back by trade. Obviously, he's much better than Reguilon because he can defend and he can pass the ball. Good in the air. There's a lot of things why he's much better than Reguilon. But they still need to add in at centre half if they're going to go that route. Okay. Buy me Retegui in the summer. What is Johan Lang doing? This chance plan should sack him. We are panicking to get someone in the last 48 hours. How many loans can we have? Is it 4? Just came in. Is Tel a loan only option to obligation to buy? Kieran, it is at the moment a loan only, no option to buy. But apparently the ability to buy him permanently right now is still on the table. Tel is making his mind up what he wants to do. If I'm honest, I think it'll be a loan. I don't think it'll be a purchase. But then again, supposedly Ange has been in constant contact with the player following Daniel Levy's meeting with him in Germany, and Tel is now keen to be part of the project. I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read that again because I know I read quite quickly. I'm going to slow myself down so you can hear how much of an Ange Paul exists in this world. Ange has reportedly been in constant contact with Mathys Tel following Daniel Levy's meeting with him in Germany. That meeting where he got told no, Ange since then has been in constant contact with Mathys Tel. Tel is now keen to be part of the project. What? Uh, like Daniel Levy rung him like this. Uh, Ange, he actually said no to us. And Ange went, get off the line, put him on the phone. I'll have a word with him myself. And he's literally gone and gone, mate, what are you doing? He's like, well, he's like, mate, just shut up. What are you doing? He's like, well, I don't know, Ange. He's like, right, I'm not having this. I'll see you on Monday afternoon, all right? And he's gone, all right, I'll be there. Ange Paul is a serious thing. If you don't think players want to, I mean, these players already at the club are playing for Ange. Players outside of this club do want to play for Ange. If Daniel Levy could just get out of his own way at times, you'd see better players getting and coming to play for Ange. You would. This isn't the first player that has chosen Spurs over other clubs. It isn't. And this won't be the last because of Ange. Listen to what Madison said. He said, whether you're here or not, this is what's going to happen at Spurs. And he bought straight in. This Mathys Tel is another one on that long list. Bergval, Archie Gray, they're all on this list. It's not going to be the last player, and I'm loving it. Make sure you watch Manchester crying over Tel if he comes out flying. Oh, they're crying now. I don't know what his wages are exactly right now. We can thank Ange. He's amazing. Ange saying, mate, and the dominoes fall. Ange, my boys, Ange. Ange worked his magic again. It's who we are, mate. It's who we are. Ange on the phone. It's his way. They say Ange is Ange is the problem, but that might just be meaning he's willing to come though. But him not wanting to be permanent doesn't mean he doesn't want to come. That's the thing, you know. How can it be a project? His on loan. Yeah, but it can still be a project and be a loan move, mate. And if you want someone shows you that the player wants to play for Ange and he's going to take us something, Ange should be our football director, better than Munn. Afternoon, Hogan, how are you? Get the footballer to talk to the footballer. Levy's embarrassed himself and the club. Still sad about Dorgu. Oh, come on, Kagiso. We're moving on from Dorgu. I don't like to think about it, to be honest, mate. But yeah, I can't believe that. Ange's been reportedly been in constant contact with the player following Daniel Levy's meeting with him in Germany. Tel is now keen to be a part of the project. Yeah, he's undergoing his medical with Tottenham today. So he is undergoing his medical with Tottenham today. It should be finalised quite quickly, if I'm honest. I mean, it's the amount of people that are commenting back to Florian Plettenberg being like, can Man United hijack this? Mark Goldbridge has put out, he's fuming. If you want to watch, after this, go and watch Mark Goldbridge have a meltdown, because I'm going to. There's a link to his post. You can watch that because he's going to have a meltdown and I'm going to be there. I like how you said we never stop and then pause for 5 seconds. I've got an aura about me, Luke. I should have had a sip of squash in that time. It's who we are, mate. Did you guys post of United saying they're setting up Amarim to fail? Well, they're not exactly helping him, are they? Can Ange be moved upstairs in the summer with new manager appointed? No, because he's going to be the manager and go upstairs as well. Madison, Kulu, Sonny have all said the same thing about Ange, and all the teams are totally on board, although they all probably wanting to play Xbox a day or two. Yeah, they probably could do with going, Ange, I wouldn't mind going home and playing the new Call of Duty. And he's like, Archie, you're playing about 9 positions at the week. I could do with you being in. He's like, all right, okay. But you hear it. I mean, Archie Gray at the weekend said, I'll do anything for this manager. You hear it. It's these players are absolutely so on board with playing for Spurs. You've got players telling our owner of a multi-billion-pound club going, nah. And Ange going, I'll deal with this myself. And then literally only a couple of days later going, all right, I'll come join you. I mean, the fact that it's a straight loan, we know that, but there is a possibility that it is a permanent. Even like the fact that it's a small possibility, that's down to Ange. That's not down to Levy. That's down to Ange. Oh, if when it expires, you still could buy him, but we'll see what happens. Ange done it in spite of Levy. Levy was happy to let it die. Ange said, "Hold my squash." Adam, Ange went, "Take that. Don't drink it. You don't deserve it. I'll deal with this myself." Oi, oi, the squash is open. Here we go, confirmed. Look, I'll show you. It's opened. Here we go, confirmed. I did it. I was like, should I do it on stream? And I was like, yeah, but imagine I pour a really rubbish one. I can't do that to myself. Mr. Prodigal Chung, is Tap sober or Coed's core for centre back out of the question? Thank you for the super chat, my friend. By the way, I appreciate that. Tap sober won't happen. Leverkusen in the summer will lose Jonathan Tah on a free to either Barca or a Bayern. Last time I heard it was Barca, but it's gone a bit quiet. Obviously, Bayern won't be able to sign him just yet due to the fact they're playing the same league, but Barca can sign him now because they play, obviously, abroad. Itakura was a guy that we were linked to at the start of this window. It's gone a bit quiet, really, ever since the first week of this window. So I'm not sure where we are with the Itakura news. But when we talked about this morning and the centre-back situation, Disasi obviously was a guy that we were like actively moving to, but that supposedly died. We obviously had a bid rejected from Mark Guehi, but we were told there was one more on that list, but we're not too sure who that player is. But it could be the person that we're actively trying to go for right this second. This is what we want. It's the Aussie mentality, Aussie grit. Ange doing Lang, Levy, and Mun's job for them. Hello again, Vietnam. Great news. Sean, welcome back, my friend. How are you? How many things Ange needs to do to fix the club's problems? The medical department, the recruitment team. What a joke. Honestly, he's only getting paid to do his manager job, but he should be getting paid everyone else's wage to do their job as well. Had mine on Friday. That makes that sense. I'm proud to be a cockerel, coys, but need a tactician. Ange is a tactician, mate. He's got about 1 million injuries. All right. Anyway, we're talking about Tel and we're talking about transfers. Tomorrow, we talk about football again. I must admit, I've never seen all the injured players on the bench supporting the team. They're usually in their boxes. They're united as a squad. Even the ones that have to sit next to Vicario and Vicario's chewing their ear off, they're still there supporting the boys. Having a Vimto now. Cheers, Jazz. Ange collecting the Affinity Stones are the best under 20 players. People don't realise how bright our future is. Vimto over some... Summer Fruit's always over Vimto. I won't be having any conversation otherwise. Wouldn't it be Spursy if Tel turns up Arsenal? Haha, well done, Ange. You won't be going there, Sean. I won't be having it. I'll be at the airport going, wait, that car. That one. All right? Morning. How are you, Roundtable? You sure, Andy? I'm not. I'm sure we're talking about transfers. We're winning the Carabao and the Europa League. Mark my words. Oh, you might as well throw the FA Cup in there for a bit of fun as well. We're doing the treble. Ooh, up the coys. When the game was over, the joy, the everything on your players was amazing. Yeah, that's the thing. You look at those guys, right? When you got those guys at the end of the game, and the away fans were so good with Ange as well, and it shows, hey, things are tough in the Premier League. They are. It's not been good. Everyone knows that. Cup success, obviously, fantastic so far this season. That is a fan base that love him. Imagine Prati and Ange working together. That's a quadruple every year. My customary squash photo will be in the Discord. Yes, I would be looking forward to it, Gebo. Do I think Iraola would get more out of the squad? No, I don't. Well, at least he plays all three spots up front. We need a player so bad. Absolutely, Eric. We did indeed. So look, all I'm going to say is when you think about Liverpool on Thursday, Danso, Tel, both back for it. Romero, let's wait and see on him. I think he'll be maybe back for Villa, or he might even be back just after. But you've got some players back this weekend for Villa. If not, think about Manchester United in 2 weeks' time. Think of all those players that were going to be back mid that middle of the month February game. We're going to have potentially 5 or 6 players back for that game. You're actually going to look at the bench and like, this is not a dig about Ajayi or anyone like that. You're going to look at that bench and go, Jesus Christ, have you seen who's on the bench? We've got options to bring on. Ange will look around. He'll go, oh, probably need to make a change. Turn around and go, holy crap, where have you all come from? And Madison's just sitting there going, you all right? Vic's like, I want to get on. Most bet for Man United. When we get down 2 to 3 injuries, you start hearing that Ange doesn't play the kids enough again. We can't register all the players in Europe. How many more can we bring in? You just need to adjust the squad in a weird way. Tel has landed in London, Janice says. Timothy, mate, it's such a positive night. Your positive vibes are awesome. This year will be special. It's like buses, gets nothing for ages, and we get three all at once. Treble incoming. Back on again. Back on again? Mate, back on again. Most will back for United. It shows that deal can be done in hours. What a shame we do nothing for most of the entire window. That's something we need to remember, Anthony. Sorry. Right. I think I'm back live. I think. Yes, I'm back live. Apologies. I literally cut out for 10 seconds. Anthony, I was just making the point that this should have been done ages ago. It should have been done ages ago. The fact that it's done is the important thing now, but it should have been done ages ago. So, good point there, Anthony. The best thing about Tel is he's not cup tied for any of our 3 cups. Bingo. I'll be back at 6 a.m. Vietnam time to catch up on the last minute transfers. Sean, take care, my friend. I'm alive. I am alive. Just finished gym. Hope you're well, mate. Joshua, I am. I hope the gym was even better than I am as a person. Has the deal been done? The deal is not technically done until he's holding up the shirt, but he is on his way to do his medical now. Apparently, he has landed in the UK. Yeah, Sky Sports have confirmed he has landed. Oh, okay, so I sort of thought I saw some chance on his, but it's just nonsense. You just sub Sean. Sean, welcome, my friend. Enjoy the journey with us. As an Aussie, what is cup tied? What it means is if, let's say me, right, and I played for Spurs in the FA Cup against Tamworth. If I was to go to another team who are still in the FA Cup, I wouldn't be able to play because I've already played in that cup for a different team, if that makes sense. Either the BBC sent out a message saying deal agreed and they're so late on these things. There you go. Farnborough Airport. Yeah, he's gone to Farnborough Airport. Tell there we land. I'll tell them. Do you think we'll spend big on the centre back now? Well, the key thing about the centre back is we can spend big. Now, will we is another question, but we can spend big. Yes. Anything can happen in a few hours. Absolutely. You're welcome, Steve. If we didn't get another centre back, we should bring back Ashley Phillips to allow for rotation. Well, this is the thing. We should be thinking about that. We should just be going, we're signing a centre back. That's my attitude, at least. I would rather leave Ashley on loan at Stoke to play week in, week out, and then look at him in the summer. But look, great news so far. There's obviously still more to do. There's still more to do. Obviously, and the nice thing as well, can we just say we don't have to risk and rush Odebear back and things like that. Mikey Moore can take time to get back up to full speed. Kulusevski can maybe play more centrally now with Maddison out. Also, Kulu could probably do with getting some rest soon. We don't have to rush Maddison back. We don't have to rush Solanke back. And before you know it, you're getting players back who are fit, raring to go for the back end of this season. Up the bloody Spurs. What's the current chance to spend? We don't truly know until the figures come out on this deal. But when you factor in that Danso's money will start from the summer because it's an obligation to buy, he's technically on loan, which doesn't count towards how many players you can have on loan because when it's an obligation, it's basically like just a delayed signing. So it's absolutely fine. So you would think 12.5 for Kinski, let's say 10 million-ish for this deal, including the wages that we're going to cover, 22.5 million. You could still go out there and spend 50 million on a centre-back and have no issues. So there we go. Are we targeting any centre-back? No, we don't know anything on a centre-back and who the other option is, but we are talking about getting a centre-back in. So there's that. If we go big on centre-back, I expect Romero will be sold in the summer. Let's not think like that. Come on. Who's the mysterious defender? We don't know. We don't know just yet. But look, really great news. Obviously, really happy about this deal. Look, it should have happened ages ago, but it's happened now. That's the important thing. And Ange, kudos. Cheers to Ange, because he's the man that made this happen. Because it wasn't, sure as hell wasn't Levy or Lang. It was Ange that gets this deal done. So credit to him. Ange, have yourself a squash on me. I'll pour it for you, lads. We'll be back later, hopefully, with a new signing update. Obviously, make sure you keep your bell notifications hit. I may just go live at the drop of the hat. So make sure you hit the bell notifications. All right. If we spend another 30 million, does that help? And it doesn't let Daniel's not off the hook. He's not off the hook, even if he does. Can Ange call tomorrow now? Going to be an amazing centre back. No one will see you coming. Ange now has options for tinkering alliance for Europa and Premier League. That will help massively. I've woken up to your dulcet tones for a few months now. Good work. Good work, bro. Appreciate that, Rowan. Carrera. What a last name that is. But appreciate that, my friend. We're in panic buying mode now for the next centre back. Let's see. Let's see. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. We'll be live later, so make sure you're alert and ready to come back and speak more Spurs. Take care, everyone. Peace.